Hello, everybody. This is Valet Games, and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red. We had a bit of a mishap with my last batch. I was using CapCut to edit, and it makes the audio sound really tinny. I don't think I really like it. And the other thing was I accidentally I accidentally cut the last like 3 videos in the playlist. Um, all to the same time. So you lost about like 5 minutes off the tail end of all of those. So all that to say, if you're joining me for the first time, this is a good place to start. Welcome back. This is the team. I've been doing some grinding in the off time, trying to get my Magikarp up to a Gyarados. So let's get going. Last time we just made it through Brock and got our running shoes, and that's pretty much all we've done so far. So we have first gym, first badge. But we are not too far into the journey if you're joining me. Now, if you're curious, I'm going to buy potions instead of going to the Poke Center because Magikarp only knows Splash until level 15. When it learns Tackle. So if you want, and switch training is too much of a pain for you, this is always my go-to. You just find some weak little chunguses. I think I actually went up against a Kakuna. And then you just splash until Magikarp runs out of moves. And then he starts struggling. And you can use struggle as an attack, as we will see shortly. They're only level 6, so it's been slow going, but no moves left. You struggle. Ooh, we got crit too. I don't. Maybe this one will just be some grinding in between until I get my Magikarp to learn Tackle. It'll be a bit of a catch-up. Bit of a catch-up episode. Next up on the docket is Misty and Nugget Bridge. I know I want my Pikachu at least semi-capable for the time I get there. These things have Poison Point. I'm not messing with that. And then the Gyarados is just for fun. I like Gyarados. Sue me. I figured I'd buy Magikarp early and get myself a Gyarados. Even though I got my my Blastoise. I think Gyarados will end up being my HM slave for water moves. So much personality came out in the 2D sprites. I really do miss it. I think Nintendo forgot this is kind of how they used to make games, though, and I think we're going back to it now, where they would make, you know, the hardest part was making red, and then once you made red and blue, Yellow came super easy after. The hardest part was making Ruby and Sapphire, and then as soon as you made Ruby and Sapphire, you had all the assets for Red and Leaf Green. Or vice versa, you know? Where they got to the point that, like, the technology was ahead of the games, and not the games were limited by the technology. Does that make sense? Because you gotta remember, right? The Game Boys weren't very powerful. They were essentially graphing calculators. And so that kind of set, you know, you have to build the game around your limitations. But then once they got that, then they can go in and add all the new stuff to it. And it got to the point where it was like, well, the Switch has come out, and we haven't been working on a Pokemon game for the Switch for the last 10 years. We've been working on a Pokemon game for the 3DS for the last 10 years, so now we have to move it over to the Switch, you know? But it seems like now, like, Legends ZA, Wind and Waves, and like the new Pokemon Snap all seem to sort of have the same graphic models, to where hopefully that gives them more time to put stuff in the game. That's my biggest problem with these. There's nothing really to do anymore. They're big empty bowls, you know? Yeah, cool, I can go and battle people, but it doesn't make me anymore. And why would I when I could just use 800 rare candies and go and beat the game? Legend ZA did a world of, I don't know. Legend ZA really fixed that problem for me, to where I'm excited to see what they do with a fully, like, open world concept now. And now that they have those assets, you know, they made ZA, they made Snap, they're working on Winds and Waves, so they have all these assets that now, that's the hardest part. Getting all these models for the 900 character, 1200 characters you forced yourself into, right? But now that you have them all, it's just dropping them in the game and making the game, right? And that kind of used to be what it would be. Where, like, maybe the sprites would get some updates. Like, they'd move in between Sapphire and Ruby and then Emerald, you know? But the problem was they tried doing that between generations, and that's really where the fallout was, where it wouldn't have been as big of an issue if it was like Sword and Shield still on the 3DS, you know, but it was the fact that it was a new generation on a new console and the sprites were the same. That I remember it was a big point of drama for that game. Which, to be fair, that's hard. I don't really care, you know? I don't mind a static image on a screen as long as the gameplay that goes along with it is there. And that's my problem. The gameplay hasn't been there. I don't care about the competitive scene. I don't care about the TCG. I don't care about being able to catch my favorite Pokemon in the game. I care about, is the game fun and is it a game? Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion, weren't fun and weren't really games. They were simulations. There wasn't a whole lot of agency in them. It was kind of like, this thing's here, and if you want it, you just gotta put up with it. Legends EA gives you a lot more player agency, where it's here's the main quest, here's some side quests, here's some you can go and catch Pokemon, here's some you can go and take them to fashion shops, you can go play dress up, you can go help people. There's things to do with your Pokemon. It's not there's further things beyond the concept of just what if you could catch them and fight with them. And so I'm hoping that will be the case. The hardest part is getting the actual graphics engine and all that stuff flushed out for the console. And now that they have that and have the models, I hope that, okay, we have all this. Why don't we try a tower defense game? We have all this. Why don't we try, try and make a fun game? Instead of, oh, we have to have our roster of characters that this franchise has turned into. I love all my Pokemon as much as the last guy, right? I want something new. I want to see new Pokemon. I want to go to a new place. I want to see how the people interact with the Pokemon in that new place. I want to learn about new mechanics. I want to see new legendaries. I want there to be new secrets. We're about to wrap this up. Once we get to level 14, we have a rare candy we can pop, get us to level 15. And then we'll go pop into the Pokemon Center and end this episode. And next time we'll start making our way through Mount Moon. Go fight some Team Rocket members. Ta-da! Yay! We got our first damaging move. What now, punk? What now? I got tackle. What now? Okay, let's go heal up. We might organize our party a little bit, but I think we're gonna roll with this. We'll keep Magikarp in the lead, and we'll try and get a Gyarados through switch training. But this is where we'll wrap this one up. So thank you guys for joining me. You know the drill. This has been Ballet Games. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Any way you interact with the video helps me out. Let me know if you guys have been playing this. Let me know what you thought about the last batch. That wasn't very good. I know. I watched them too. Don't worry. And yeah, thanks for joining me. This is a good place to start if you're new here. And I'll catch you guys next time and we'll make our way through.